This is the General Motors Autoplex in Oshawa, Ontario, the largest single-site motor vehicle manufacturing and assembly facility in North America, and home for Chevrolet's new mid-sized Lumina four-door sedan and coupe. The manufacturing and assembly activity here represents the culmination of one of the largest product investments in General Motors history, the GM10 program, a $5 billion outlay for a new generation of mid-sized passenger cars. Lumina is the latest model and the first four-door sedan to come to market under the GM10 program, which already has delivered the highly successful Buick Regal, Pontiac Grand Prix, and Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme two-door coupes. The Lumina four-door sedan will be introduced as a 1990 model in May of this year, with the coupe joining it later in the year. For Chevrolet salespeople, Lumina represents new opportunities in the mid-size segment that should account for more than 20% of total passenger car sales in the 1990 model year. In this program, you'll be hearing and seeing how Lumina has been developed, from initial design to finished product, from a perspective that's extremely important to Chevrolet, that of the retail salesperson.
Hi, I'm Dave Stamm of Jack Cawley Chevrolet in West Bloomfield, Michigan. Like you, I make my living selling Chevrolets. Whenever a new product's coming to market, I think all salespeople naturally want to know as much as possible about its selling potential, what it's going to do for them. That's what this program is all about. Chevrolet invited me to spend some time here at Oshawa and in Detroit, getting the kind of insight that will help me in presenting Lumina to my prospects. I asked the questions, they gave me the answers. I visited the General Motors Design Center and the engineering labs where Lumina came to life. I also talked with Chevrolet marketing research experts, as well as advertising and merchandising executives. We covered just about all the bases for Lumina, from product design to final assembly and what's being planned for its official introduction. What I've learned convinces me that Lumina is going to be a great car for us to sell. And as you'll be seeing in the months ahead, it's really more than just one car. By the time Chevrolet's done, we're going to have a great family of mid-sized vehicles to sell when the coupe and the Lumina APV join the lineup. Right now, let's start at the beginning with the market Lumina will compete in and how it fits in the total Chevrolet lineup. That took me to Chevrolet's central office and their Director of Marketing Information and Research, George Hanley. What's the payoff to the buyer of all the consumer research you do?
If you stop to think about it, there's really two ways you can design the vehicle. The marketing people and the engineers can talk to each other, design what they think is an acceptable product and bring that to the market. Or you can talk to the consumer up front, get all of their input, get all of their requirements, get all of their importance assessments, design the vehicle according to what the consumer wants, and bring it to market that way. We think we've done that with the Lumina. We think it's going to be a home run.
George, how important is the mid-size segment to Chevrolet?
Mid-size segments, it's key for Chevrolet. It typically has run 22 to 25% of the industry. Obviously, in a situation where you've got 10 to 11 million cars a year, you're talking 2.5 million units. Chevrolet has typically been somewhere between 17 to 20% of the market, so you're talking big volume, 425,000 to 500,000 units a year. It's a key segment for Chevrolet.
How many Lumina coupes and sedans does Chevrolet expect to sell in the model year 1990?
We're going to have capacity in total for Lumina of about 290,000 units. Current projections are for the coupe to represent about 15% of the production. So you're talking maybe 50,000 coupes and 240,000 sedans, and I'm sure we've got some potential to move up from there.
What kind of consumer research is standing behind Lumina?
We've done the usual battery of research right from the clean sheet right up till today, where we're using the prototypes in concept development for advertising purposes. Basically, you're looking at gathering consumer input on the front end. What do they want in the car? Assigning importances to each of the various requirements that they establish. Weighting that versus our competition. How do we stand on all the various requirements versus our competition? And then we pass that on to the engineers to translate into engineering specs.
With that understanding of the Lumina market, I next wanted to find out exactly how the car had been developed. One of the GM10 program product development team leaders, Dave Bacus, had those answers. Dave, just what is a product development team, and what is the benefit to GM and Chevrolet?
The most important thing about it was that we brought all the disciplines from within the corporation into what we called work groups or work teams. There are 7 disciplines that make up these teams. And primarily, they have turned out to be business teams responsible for the cost, the quality, and the timing of the program. And I would have to say the thing that was most stressed was quality. Included in the team's development was the fact that we went out and made a target cost for every component on the product. The target cost basically is what we felt was a competitive price that we should be buying it from one of our suppliers. Once that was accomplished, we then went back to the supplier, and that supplier who had the best quality history, and plus we visited the plants who showed that they had the tendency to be a good supplier, were brought into the program. And they've been with us for 5 years now, and they're continually working to improve their products through this product development team.
I've heard about the Mona Lisa concept. How does that work?
Well, the Mona Lisa project was brought about by our management within the GM10 program, and it basically is a competitive assessment of all the vehicles that we consider world-class in our particular intermediate range. We brought approximately 10 to 12 of these cars into a large warehouse here at the Tech Center, and we've torn them down completely, and plus we had another additional car which we had for driving and handling. And from that, we picked the best product that was chosen to be world-class and tried to make an analysis of that component from a manufacturing perspective, from a service perspective, and an assembly perspective, let alone the way it's designed. And today, some of those features are in our car.
What have you done on Lumina to make it different from the other GM10 models?
Well, first of all, you're getting the first four-door sedan that we've produced in our model lines. And unique in all car lines, of course, has been styling. You know, each has a distinctive style. Each has a distinctive ride. And that is accomplished, of course, in our suspension systems by having different types of bushings and ride values. In fact, each marketing division has ridden these cars with our development community to make sure that it's tweaked to the way they consider a Chevrolet should be. So when you do ride it, you'll notice that it falls into a sort of Chevrolet pattern. The other thing that you'll notice is that the steering is different between the car lines, but the one thing they all have is exceptional handling. It's one of those cars that when you come off the expressway, you hate to stop because it pulls into the curves so well.
Now, I needed to learn more precisely what sets Lumina apart as a Chevrolet, including the more than expected value that's part of Chevrolet's brand character. Fred Shasma, Chevrolet's chief engineer, filled me in on that. Fred, what are Lumina's major improvements over the Celebrity?
The Lumina is an all-new entry into the midsize segment. So, in fact, we've given it an all-new name, so therefore we don't make the direct comparison to Celebrity because it is an all-new vehicle. But I can give you some idea on what some of those differences are. It's got an independent rear suspension, and that's important because that gives you not only the handling, but the ride. We've got four-wheel disc brakes all the way around the vehicle. Particularly what's important is the size, because not only is the interior volume greater, the trunk volume is dramatically greater, and that's important for a family because they're going to be taking trips. They need to be hauling their stuff around. We've updated the powertrain, certainly more features. So there really is a vast list of items where the vehicle is dramatically different and has benefited from our new technology.
Chevrolet says it delivers more than expected to the buyer. How does that apply to the Lumina?
Well, Dave, more than expected means that as the customer, the driver, operates his vehicles, he'll run across little things that say, gee, they thought about how I'm going to use this vehicle. Considerate design. So let me give you some examples. When you lift the hood and you have to add oil, or you check your oil, add fluids, it's readily accessible, very clean, and you can get to it readily. There's no prop rod, so that there is a strut that holds the hood up automatically. Scotch guard is a very important feature when you think about more than expected, because the fabric is treated so that it's readily cleanable, so that the ice cream cone that gets spilt is easily wiped up. Those are the kind of things that we have in the vehicle.
What would you say are the major components or features that differentiate the Lumina from the other GM10 cars and the other midsize cars, particularly the Ford Taurus?
Well, we really do pay an awful lot of attention looking at our competition. And again, I mentioned earlier the size of the vehicle, and that is going to be the single biggest thing from a salesperson's perspective and from the customer's perspective, because It is a larger vehicle, and we are a full 10 inches longer. That's important to the family. So what they're really getting, again, like more than expected, they're getting a little bit more pickup to make the vehicle feel good, and yet they retain that fuel economy. And so it's a good match of the powertrain to the total vehicle, with the net result that it is a great vehicle in that intermediate segment.
Okay, now I knew that Chevrolet and General Motors had done the job in designing and engineering Lumina, but I also wanted to know what I could tell customers about how Lumina is being built. One of the experts for that was Andy Tom, Director of Reliability here at the Oshawa Car Assembly Plant. Andy, why don't you walk me through the various manufacturing and assembly process here at the Oshawa plant?
Great, Dave. I'd be happy to. First is our metal assembly area and our stamping plant. The stamping process is about 100 yards from where we stand today. The facility uses a two-sided electroplated galvanized material to make all the exterior metal for the car. The roof panel is the only part that isn't galvanized, and their process is using transverse presses that gives us the most consistent parts that we can get today. That means that we have the ability in the assembly plant to assemble doors and major metal components that are consistent without variation, so that we can build the cars that we need to build to satisfy the customers. This has got to be a benefit to the customer and to you as a salesman. In our assembly plant, we have control over our process through the use of laser vision equipment. That means that every single car gets measured for the consistency of build on the principal locating point, so that we can end up getting exactly what we want, and we can make sure that we have it. As a matter of fact, we'll stop the process if it isn't exactly what we want. We make corrections to the cars that we're building. We use a phosphating process, a wash that goes on to every car as it goes into our paint shop. This provides the basis for corrosion protection for our base coat, clear coat painting. Our corrosion protection and our build of paint thickness, the control of this is far beyond anything we've had in the past. Our base coat, clear coat, as you know, is a very luxurious paint, and we're pleased to present this on the Lumina. In our trim facility, we have automatic guided vehicles which present the body to a work cell where the people who are working on the line can work on the vehicle at a stop location, which is a new feature of this car and this process. We also have a cockpit module. We build the IP of the vehicle outside of the vehicle, where we can assemble electronic components and test them before we put that part in the vehicle. We reinstall a cockpit module and then once again validate that all our electrical systems are working the way they ought to. We're putting a lot more emphasis on electronics on this car, and the designers have given us the ability to make a more electrically sound vehicle than we've had before. We use automatic equipment in our hardware line to install a windshield. Robots essentially select, prime, put the sealer on the glass and install it to the vehicle without a human hand touching it. We get consistency. There's vision controls that take and place the windshield exactly where we need it in the opening, so that we get consistency once again beyond what we've ever had. We build our engine and front suspension as a module as well, like the cockpit module. We build it down the engine line and install the whole process with the use of an automatic guided vehicle at a marriage station, where we marry the body and the engine components, the drivetrain components, basically together. Again, this is a stop station so that we can ensure accuracy and consistency of build. The alignment numbers are excellent from our early programs. We feel that the drivability of the vehicle is superior to anything we've seen in a front-wheel drive vehicle before. I can hardly wait till you drive one. We have a dynamic vehicle test, which is an excellent tool that we put in place for this program, which measures all the major heartbeats of the vehicle on a roll test, taking the vehicle up to highway speeds, and we make sure that all the functioning of the vehicle is operating the way it should. We measure the accuracy of speedometers, we measure that the air conditioning system is working the way it ought to, and all the major functions of the vehicle. It's a fantastic piece of equipment. We have been working with our people for a long period of time now, and they're absolutely enthused about this vehicle. This vehicle represents their future, and they understand it. They've been involved in setting up their workplace, and we formed our people into natural work units where they in fact have a say in what work they do and how they interrelate with one another, so that if the vehicle is built to satisfy them, they look upon themselves as a customer, then they'll send it on to the next station. If not, we'll stop the process right then and there, and we'll put right the part of the vehicle that we're not happy with. As Director of Reliability, Dave, I think this vehicle is better than anything we've come to market with. At each stage of the design and build process, we've been beating records that have shown up in the past. At the pre-pilot, pilot, and now at start of regular production. We're absolutely pleased with the results that we're seeing in our audits of this vehicle. This, of course, means that the customer is getting a car far superior to anything that we've come to market with before. I know you're absolutely going to love this car.
Here at Oshawa, I heard firsthand just how deep the commitment runs to building a quality product.
We have 4,500 employees in the car plant. All have received the same kind of training. Our first part of our training program was selected towards the information stage. We felt it important that our employees know who the customers were and what their requirements were before we started building the car. The second phase of our training program was geared around the skills they need to produce that car. Previous to that, we only did hands-on training on the product at model change. Not very much information was shared between the workforce and ourselves and management at that time. I believe the thing that's going to make the Lumina plant better than any other plant in the corporation is our workforce. The people are geared up for the product, we have good products, and we're all going to do the job together. That's what's going to make us successful.
They seem to have a lot of involvement in it. They've taken them to classes, they've given them on-job training, they have the opportunity to select their own jobs in line of seniority, right from the group leader down, so I think it's a good way of starting things out. In Oshawa, we always understood why quality was important. It means jobs, and jobs are our livelihood. And we at the local 222 are a pretty proud local, because we got a big commitment to our community. I feel the employees are proud to work at General Motors.
I also talked with production workers directly responsible for building Lumina and heard how they feel about this car.
It's a better workplace when you can stop a car instead of a car moving down the line. Guys feel more comfortable, and also the car is not moving all over the place on them. Because the car isn't moving down the line, it's a lot better quality for the customer.
As a salesperson, I would say that this is one of the best cars that has ever come out of General Motors. It's one of the easiest we've ever built. Being easy, it probably has the best quality that we have ever seen come out of an assembly plant. This car should just about sell itself.
I feel everybody's involvement in this car is helping the workmanship. Everybody seems to want to do a good job.
It's quite an honor to be a part of the Lumina team. That all the supervisors have spent a lot of time together this year, and we're kind of getting away from the individual approach, and we're bringing on kind of more of a team concept to making more people responsible. We involve the hourly a lot more than we ever have with building this car, and we tried to bring what we have learned back to them and try to approach it as a whole different group, a whole different team, and try to get everybody involved in making this car. And I think if they have as much pride in it as we do, then I think it'll be a very large success. We've got a car here your customer can be really proud of.
We had a group of people that were down at CPC Engineering in Detroit on prototype through pre-pilot and pilot in our parts and service building, and the work that has gone into this vehicle has been quite extensive. I've been involved since its infancy, and to see the car come from the clay model stage onto the drawing board and then to be a part and parcel of putting that car together and solving the problems, it's been quite an experience.
Vic Pratt, Oshawa's production manager, summed up the plant commitment for me.
I think the workers' commitment to quality in this plant is at the highest level it has ever been in all the years I've worked for General Motors. The people in this plant have spent a lot of time talking about quality, recognizing the need for quality, taking training programs that emphasize that quality is what it gets us in the marketplace, and are now knowledgeable of all the reasons why we need to provide quality which satisfies our customers.
I now had the Lumina story from design to assembly. All that remained was to learn how Chevrolet intends to support our selling efforts with its marketing and merchandising plans for Lumina. That took me to Chevrolet marketing manager for passenger cars, Steve McAvoy.
What are the key elements of the Lumina announcement?
Well, there's three major elements here. There's training, there's advertising, there's merchandising. By mid-March, we'll have in the field our training material in support of the Lumina product. That'll be in the form of both print and media and video information. On March 29th, we'll introduce our pre-launch advertising. In fact, we're going to introduce on the Academy Awards, and ironically enough, the commercial, which we call Premiere at Chevrolet, will be the commercial that we will be airing, and we'll add 60 and 30 seconds versions of that commercial through the month of April. By the second week of May, we will open up the full media weight in support of the Lumina launch from an advertising perspective.
What can you tell us about Lumina's advertising?
We spent a considerable amount of time in consumer research trying to develop the communication platform for Lumina. And quite honestly, we think we've made significant strides in establishing the positioning for this product. I think the advertising is going to be a blockbuster. It's probably the most unique advertising that we've ever implemented at Chevrolet to bring a new product to market. Early in the process, consumers told us that the characteristics of the line that were most descriptive and appealing were affordability, versatility, sleek styling, and a strong family orientation. To do that, and particularly to establish the family orientation, we've developed a relationship with the family entertainer of America, the Disney company. So as a result, we have the opportunity with the Lumina launch to take the Walt Disney organization, its animated characters, its technology, and use it to demonstrate or to communicate the Lumina story to the consumer. In other words, we're taking a host of Disney characters and putting them in our commercials to punctuate specific product features that we want to emphasize. We think our merchandising should in fact come off the advertising. And so since our advertising is so feature-oriented based, then our merchandising is going to support that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're featuring Disney characters in the advertising. As a result, we're going to lift the communication message from the advertising, which features Disney, and recreate that, if you will, in the showroom in the form of merchandising material.
Steve is a Chevrolet salesperson. How should I present Lumina to a prospect?
We think through research with target customers that we've identified what they perceive Lumina to be and what are the most important feature benefits that the product offers. So we think it would be appropriate for the salesman to focus in on specifically those features and benefits, a la two-side galvanized steel for improved rust protection, Scotch Guard for maintaining the plushness of the interior, a bumper-to-bumper warranty, which is perceived by most customers to be a pretty important item, more trunk space, more interior room. So the features that are supported in our own advertising program, we think can be translated by the retail salesman to specific customer benefits as he's describing the product.
That's what I've learned about Lumina. From the drawing board to the announcement plan, with an awful lot in between. Lumina has been planned and designed to meet the demands of the highly competitive mid-size segment, one of Chevrolet's traditional strongholds. It's a Chevrolet payout from the GM10 program, designed to give us a world-class lineup of new mid-size vehicles, four-door sedan, coupe, and Lumina APV. It's engineered and equipped to deliver the more-than-expected value that Chevrolet buyers always look for. It's being built by a dedicated production team, fully committed to the highest standards of quality. It's being announced through a dynamic, innovative marketing and merchandising strategy that's sure to build traffic for us. I'm very excited about the opportunity Lumina presents. I think this is going to be a great lineup of vehicles for us to sell. I hope my understanding of Lumina and my sense of excitement now extends to each of you as well. I've learned firsthand that there's a dedicated team, hundreds and thousands of Chevrolet and GM people standing behind Lumina, standing behind every Chevrolet salesperson. That team's now passed the ball on to us, and like you, I'm ready to get rolling.
Mom, he's washing the Lumina again. How come he keeps washing the car?
I am not washing it, Mike. I am wiping it.
Your father's having a midlife crisis. Keep moving.
Two-sided galvanized steel. It's for great corrosion protection. And Jill, look at this base coat, clear coat paint shine. That fantastic, huh?
Don't worry, Dad. I'll get the trunk.
Dad, Mom says you like the car more than you like us.
She lies.
Mothers don't lie.
Oh, just in self-defense. Honey, can we just take the car just long enough to take Mike to college?
Yeah, but honey, how much do you know about this car? I mean,
Nothing.
how much do you really know about this car?
Not a nix, nothing. I just know you turn the key and zoom, away you go. I love it.
But when you turn the key, do you know what you're turning on?
Oh, please, dear, not in front of the children.
Mike, pop the hood, will you?
Mom, can I go get some more stuff?
Yeah, you take that.
Voila! A super efficient 3.1 liter V6 with electronic multi-port fuel injection and an automatic transmission with overdrive. All that and great gas mileage.
Notice there's no hood prop rod to get in your way when you're working on the engine. Oh yeah, look at this. Look how clean and uncluttered the engine compartment is. They made it real easy to check all the fluid levels. Oil, transmission, engine coolant, windshield washer.
Now, Mike, here's something that's really different. Now, you know how hard it is to get at the plugs on cars with transverse-mounted engines? Well, with Lumina, all you do is remove those two front bolts, the engine rotates forward, and you have easy access to the rear plugs. And look at this. Chevy's designed in this handy remote positive battery terminal. It's connected to the battery, but easy to reach, with a cover to protect the terminal and keep it clean. It's convenient if you need to use booster cables or some other accessory that requires access to the battery.
This is a really easy car to maintain. Hey, Mom, even you could do this.
Oh, fine. I'll check the oil. Dad'll make dinner.
Ugh, I don't like Dad's cooking.
All right, fine. Every time you check the oil, I'll make dinner.
Hey, guys, just look at this beautiful aerodynamic shape. Hey, Dad, remember when we looked at that Taurus? They said it had the lowest drag coefficient of any car in its class. Well, not anymore. This Lumina sedan comes in lower, at 0.32.
You're so smart.
Hey, you know, while I was washing this car...
Which time?
Well, you know, I just kept thinking how well this car is put together. I mean, it looks like it was carved out of one single block. Look at the way the parking lamps are integrated into the grille. The fit of the composite halogen headlamps. The way the body-colored bumper wraps around to the fender openings. The thick body-side molding that continues right from the wheel opening back to the rear bumper. The wraparound tail lamps. Even the flush-mounted glass in the aero mirrors. This whole car is very sleek, very impressive. That's the word, impressive. From the front bumper right back to the stainless steel exhaust system, this is an impressive car.
It's beautiful, honey. And you know what I like the most?
What?
When you turn the key and zoom, away you go. Let's do that, Jack. Right now, let's just turn that key and zoom. I'll drive.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Yeah, Mom's driving. I can try to drive.
Oh, please, I haven't had this car a week. I haven't driven it yet.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh, yo, way to go, Mike.
Boy, these doors are really wide. It's easy to get back here.
Great sound system. AM, FM stereo radio with seek and scan features and 4 extended range speakers around the car, all standard. But we got one with a cassette player.
For whose cassettes?
Where's the antenna? I don't see any antenna.
Well, it's mounted on the rear fender, honey, to reduce wind noise and keep it out of the driver's line of sight.
Oh, where did those come from?
Those are the concealed windshield wipers. By putting the washer on the wiper arm, it makes it a lot more efficient.
Oh, that's so clever.
Form and function. I'm telling you, Lumina puts it all together.
Okay, everybody buckled up? Here we go.
Everybody listen. What do you hear?
Nothing.
Right. That's because of the high level of acoustical insulation that's standard in every Lumina.
The aerodynamics helps reduce wind noise, too.
I love the way it holds the road.
4-wheel independent suspension, standard equipment. Terrific cornering.
It even has a fiberglass transverse-mounted monoleaf rear spring for better control, inspired by Corvette.
It's a family car that's glued to the road. Look out. Watch it.
Wow, do that again.
Power-assisted rack and pinion steering, also standard.
It's smooth and quick. It's very responsive. Takes me back to my dirt track days.
Your what?
What's the gear ratio?
Gear ratio?
Never mind, dear. How about the braking system?
All discs, front and rear.
You mean 4-wheel disc brakes? All right. And what did the Taurus that you looked at have?
Disc in the front only, drums in the rear.
See, the Lumina was a smart choice, Jack.
Well, I'm glad you approve. Well, maybe next year you'll want to run Indy, huh?
Put the pedal to the metal, Mom.
Hey, now come on, this is supposed to be a family car.
Yeah, well, it's a great family car. How's the room back there?
Well, it's fine, fine. Actually, it's terrific. You know, I never rode back here before. You know, this Lumina has more passenger room than that Taurus did.
Well, part of the reason is the Lumina's wheelbase is 1.5 inches longer than the Taurus, and almost 10 inches longer overall.
Well, I'm glad you're comfortable back there, because I love it up here.
Yeah, it's neat. Hey, there's a light in there.
That's another thing this car has standard that the Taurus didn't. A full light group with lights in the glove box, under the hood, in the trunk, under the mirror, even in the ashtray. And it has a headlamp-on reminder chime. All that was extra on the Taurus.
Hey, a secret compartment.
Well, that's the fuse box, honey. Chevrolet put it there for convenience.
What's this?
Oh, that's another great Chevy idea. That's the owner's information portfolio. The owner's manual is in there. And the salesman and service manager's cards from our dealership.
What's this plastic key thing?
Oh, that's the emergency key that Dad was supposed to take out of there and put in his wallet. So when he locks himself out of the car, he can get back in.
I forgot, okay? Jill, give me that.
Whoa! Hey, this is neat.
Reclining front seats. That's standard, too.
I like it up here. How come I never get to sit up here? It's pretty.
Yeah, it's a beautiful instrument panel. The wood grain's really attractive, and I like the way the instruments are arranged. You could see and reach them all easily. This isn't all standard, Jack?
It's all standard. I did get some options, though. The air conditioner and the power doors and windows and the cruise control.
Joe, what's that?
This is my peanut butter and jelly sandwich
in this car. Don't you dare, honey. Oh, dear.
It's all right, Carol. Listen, Chevy's thought of everything. The Lumina's seats are Scotch guarded. This is a real family car.
Hey, there's a turnoff for my school. Hey, there's Bob, my roommate.
How you doing? Great car, man. Look at all that stuff you brought.
Yeah, I brought some extra stuff I thought we'd need. Y'all moved in?
Yeah, did you bring my Miles Davis album?
It's somewhere in there.
You're good.
Oh, there's the living room lamp. You took the living room lamp, honey?
Well, yeah, there's some extra room in there, you know, and I thought,
But the stereo, Mom, it's pretty, the stereo.
Hey, how else am I gonna play my tunes?
Look at all that room in here. The floor's flat and completely carpeted. This is nice.
Wow, beautiful.
That's a Lumina Euro sedan. Very sporty. Oh, it's got bucket seats, special instrumentation, special sports suspension, special side treatment. The dark charcoal moldings with the red accent on the body side and the bumper moldings. That's beautiful.
Sensational.
The girl or the car?
Mike, what about this stuff?
I'll be right back, Dad.
It's beautiful.
What?
Beautiful car you got here, Mr. Forrest.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, let me show you some of the features. Great technology, great standard features.
I wonder
Wait till you see this
she'll be
interior.
homesick.
And this Lumina has everything.
Well, look at it this way. We're not losing a son. We're getting a new car.
Mom, how old do you have to be to drive?
40. 40, dear.